like hit the mainstream, and it talked about how he was challenging the dogma of the Blue Church and why they were real, like why the interview with Kathy Newman went the way it did, why her brain shut down. It's because she literally can't see outside of her own religious dogma. And so when he would sit there and laugh at her for saying like really retarded things, like, you know, oh, we should gear our society the way the lobsters do, and it's like that's yeah, exactly. Katie who exactly? She's a BBC reporter. I should tell you everything you need to know about it. I should tell you everything you need to know about it, my friend.
Awesome.
Kathy Newman, that's what her name is. Kathy Newman. That interview was absolutely hilarious, and it just shows you the innate bias that she has.
Yes.
It was quite funny. Absolutely funny. Yeah. Nate. Anybody else want some? Anybody?
For the Empire. Killing time.
Oh, it stuttered.
Not a problem.
It stuttered.
Attack.
No, we gotta run. Gotta run. Gotta run. Ah, no.
Attack.
Attack. I say attack.
Taste my lead.
All right. Yeah, dude, it's pretty bad.
Rest in pieces.
It was a hilarious interview, but the thing about it is that since then, one of the things that's happened in Western society is because of how the media has delineated itself, political factions have started to see, basically, Scott Adams, he does the Dilbert cartoons, he's described it as 2 movies, 1 screen. So because certain political factions only get their news from certain sources, they literally live in a world that doesn't exist.
No fear.
Because they get their news and it's all skewed in a certain direction, so they can't actually see reality for what it is because they don't assimilate information outside their bubble.
That's
And
easy.
everybody does this to some extent, but for the most part, as far as we can tell,
Rest in peace.
there is a certain political faction that only gets their news from their own political faction,
I love
whereas every other political
Take that.
faction gets their news from all the other
Yes.
sides. So they look at more information, so they're more likely to see
Sure
alternate
thing.
viewpoints that prevent them from radicalizing.
Roger
And that's
that.
what you really want to do, is you want to prevent people from radicalizing. Always want to prevent radicalization if at all possible. Come on now.
I
Come
can
on, give me
do
that
that.
stuff. Give me that stuff.
Wonderful.
And I mean, to be fair, dude, the same thing happened to me when I was in the military. I got really into, like, ultra, right-leaning libertarian stuff, taxation of theft and all that nonsense. And it was people like Tim Pool from Timcast and who, like, pulled me back, from and de-radicalized me. Stefan Molyneux is another individual that de-radicalized me from all that nonsense. Basically being like, if you think that your morals
that.
allow you to commit evil, then you are evil. Pretty much. That's pretty much the way every totalitarian regime has ever functioned. And so if that's where you're going, then you're not on the side of good and righteousness, no matter how good and righteous you think you are. Which is essentially the problem I had with
Taste
the
my
Christians
lead.
of the 80s and 90s, the conservatives in the United States of America, because I lean slightly right. That's just that's just how my political bent rolls.
No
But I
fear.
absolutely hate the conservatives in the United States of America. Absolutely
Understood.
despise them. Mainly because of the religious nonsense that they pushed for so long, and it's like that's not what I'm doing. Politics is a we live in secular democracies.
Attack!
If you're making religious arguments for politics, then you need to get out of
For the
politics.
Empire!
As simple as that. Doesn't matter what your
It's a
religion is.
breeze.
Doesn't matter what your religion is. And I'm sorry I delved into politics there and all that nonsense. Let's get back to the Arbelian, shall we?
Looks great. Sure thing.
Just pontificating about the world.
Yes, I can do that.
But you missed it, man. You missed it. So what happened on the? I got my ass whooped on the Crossroads map again. It whooped my butt, dude. Absolutely destroyed my butthole. Oh, it's so sad.
Of course.
So sad. Okay, what do we got here? Got a barrel here. It's just you and me. Hey, fair enough, man.
I
Fair
love
enough.
it. What's that?
I wish it weren't so, but sometimes that's just the way it rolls, right? Sometimes
Piece
that's
of
just the
cake.
way it rolls. I definitely am trying to figure out how to get the channel to grow more.
Affirmative.
I really want to pull in some viewership, and I think what needs to happen is I think They Are Billions needs to get on out of here. Oh, and did you know that you can subscribe to people for free? You just have to simply connect your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, and you earn 1 free subscription to a content creator of your choice.
Let's go.
It's amazing.
For my humans.
Dude, that interview is something else, dude. By the way, he sounds like Kermit. It is hilarious, dude. Shall we nade them? No, let's save the nades. Let's save the nades. We can run away. We can run away. You do not like linked accounts? Fair enough.
Bullseye.
Fair enough.
Yes?
Well, the thing about it is, dude, is that the thing you're forgetting
Sure thing.
about Amazon and Twitch is that your account is linked no matter what, right?
Eat my
So
bullets.
if you, they know who they know it's you.
Time.
But if you don't link it officially, then you don't get the
No
benefits. Because
survivors.
if you use all the technology,
Understood.
well, that's the thing, dude. It's already linked. It's just linked in their systems, not on your system, if you get what I mean. Because they know. They know. They know that your IP
Rest in
address is the one
pieces.
that watches this stuff. And if you have an Amazon account at all, or you have Amazon Prime, they know. They know it's you.
Rest in
The corporation
peace.
does. It's in their computers. They have an entire page that's basically what is it called? A dossier on you. That's just the way it works. It's just like Facebook. Even if you've never had a Facebook page, there is a Facebook page
No
with you on it.
survivors.
You do have a Facebook page, regardless of whether you've made one or not.
Take that.
And it's because if everyone you know has a Facebook page, you're in their phone under contacts, so they got your phone number. If you're in their email contacts, they got your email. If you watch somebody on Twitch, they know who you're watching, they know who they are, even if their name's never been on there. VPN for the win. Hey, fair enough. Fair enough.
Let's go.
Fair enough. But I mean, as far as see, the thing about Amazon is that
Attack!
they're not nearly as bad. I just
humans.
wish that Amazon would pay attention to Twitch, because it seems like they bought it and just kind of like stopped paying attention to it. Because I find it hard to imagine that the executives at Amazon are really okay with
Sure.
the executives at Twitch allowing children to watch porn
Let's go.
on Twitch. I'm really not sure that's something that corporate Amazon would be okay with, because it makes them look bad. Because I mean, all little Bobby has to do is show.
Affirmative.
I want to watch Ninja Mommy, and he turns on Ninja Stream, and what do they got on Ninja Stream? Oh, they put porn on there for 2 hours one day, and so he gets to see some dude doing some stuff to a lady, and it's just like, yep, you're never watching Twitch again. You see what I mean? It's just like, and the vast majority of people who watch Twitch are kids, and that's just the way
I
it
can
works.
do that.
A lot of the demographic is people like me and you, but a lot of it is kids as well,
Gotcha.
who have a lot of excess income because their parents just, it's easier than going to the store and buying toys every week.
Come on.
Now let me see, did I get all the stuff in here? I think I did. Oh, I didn't get the medical. Oh man, come on, I missed that. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. But so I definitely hope Twitch gets their ish together. I definitely do. I definitely do. But I linked my account a long time ago, so I've had Amazon Prime for God knows how long.
Of course.
Because the unfortunate thing about our society is that we've allowed it to get to the point where all right, so I can't remember who came up with this concept, but maybe it was God, what was his name? The astronomer from Carl Sagan. That was it. Yeah, I'm a bit paranoid that way too. But the thing about it is, dude, one of the things you got to remember is something that Carl Sagan said is that we live in a society and a civilization that
Child's play.
where the vast majority of people do not understand how our society works at all. And
Roger that.
unfortunately, humans just aren't smart enough to do it. Because even if you're like a super ultra mega like nerd who's like, physics, I mean, you could be the smartest human being on the planet, bar none, highest IQ, and you still will never be able to understand how our entire civilization works. Not the entirety of the thing. You maybe understand how an iPhone works. how nuclear power works, but you'll never be able to understand how all of it works. It's just, there's too much information. It's far too complex for any one human to learn. And so the vast majority of people are essentially Luddites who don't understand how any of the technology that they use works. I fall into this category as well. I understand nuclear power. I understand a little bit about how, you know, phones work. I understand how computers work. I understand a little bit about how the internet works, but not in any complex way to where if it broke down, I'd be able to build my own or fix it yet. Yeah, that's a good point, yet. With genetic engineering, cybernetic modifications, God knows what we're going to be able to achieve, right? So good on you for bringing that up. Good on you for bringing that up. Appreciate that, my friend. Definitely. So at this point, we just no human can do that. It's just not possible. And so if something in our society were to break down and all the people who understand that technology were to die or be killed off or go away in any capacity, then most of our civilization is pretty much going to crumble.
Perfect.
You know what I mean? It's not going to be a good thing, that's for sure.
Attack!
I mean, most people don't even know how plumbing works.
Sounds good.
You know? Most people don't even know how plumbing works. And if you talk to most young people about the economy, you know, especially because they want free shit, they obviously don't know how the economy works either. Because there is no such thing as a free lunch. Ever. Even in a post-scarcity society like Star Trek, there is no such thing as a free lunch. Railmender, greetings and salutations, my friends. Zensu mutants. Oh, dude, seriously. Seriously. I mean, it'll probably happen. Like, if we get beyond our current state of technology, where we actually become a star-faring civilization, even if all it is within our own solar system, then what that means is that we will probably not die. Our species will continue in some form or fashion. Our genetics will propagate throughout the universe, probably for the rest of time, unless some mega disease wipes us out or something. Nade! Huh!
Great.
That worked very well.
No fear.
Boom! Get bent, boy. Get it.
It's a breeze.
Come on. Come on. Holds his hands. Dude, I'm going to tell you what, dude. If aliens invaded tomorrow and conquered us and gave us all their technology, you know, like Romans did, right? What did the Romans ever do for us? If alien Rome invaded tomorrow, made us part of their republic, gave us inalienable rights, and said, all right, you're part of our empire. Go do whatever. I would totally get on a spaceship with my family and go explore the universe. That's exactly what I would do. I love Twitch. It's awesome. But I'm going to tell you what, I yearn for discovery. Yearn. Like, what is that saying? I was born too late to discover parts of the earth, born too early to discover the universe, to explore the universe. Yeah. Dude, oh man, I tell you what, dude, oh, come on, die. No. Did he hit me? I don't think he actually hit me. I think he did a little bit. I got medical, so we should be fine though. We'll be fine.
Looks cool.
But yes, I would totally do it. And before, you know, I had my current family. Before I had my family, I should say. Before, you know, I met my waifu and had the daughter. And we're trying for another one now. So I think I'm going to end up putting up a little thing. It's like baby fund, and see how many people I can get to help me out with that. All right, that's the harpies. We're not going there. We're not going in there. We're just going to avoid that. I think we're going to go down this way. But before that, I would have just left Earth. Like if we had started like a colonization thing for Mars, and it was like we need volunteers who will go to Mars and never come back, I would have volunteered. I would have totally volunteered. I don't care how hard it would have been. It would have been so awesome. I'm a nuclear engineer, for God's sakes, dude. I want to build a power plant on Mars. I totally do.
Take that. Yes?
And besides, how cool would it be to run around in Martian gravity?
Right away. Rest in peace. For the Empire!
You got to get a cadence with it.
Double the fun. Bullseye.
Boom! Oh wow, dude. When you get the cadence right, she just annihilates them.
Attack! For the humans.
Just build a new internet on Mars, right?
Killing
Well, I mean, the thing about it is that I could not build a nuclear power plant from raw materials. But like you know, having to dig the metals up and all that other nonsense. But if I had all the raw materials, I could probably build a nuclear power plant. Probably. It would be pretty hard. And if you know, if I had the tools, obviously, because you got to make turbines and all that other nonsense. So it's not nearly as easy as I'm like saying it is anyway. But I could probably make a micro one, like especially if I had the crystals when they vibrate or heat up, they make electricity. You can actually directly convert heat into electricity. It's fairly easy without using steam and turbines. It's just steam and turbines is way more efficient and requires less material overall because you have to replace those crystals because after a certain amount of time they stress fracture and they start losing massive amounts of efficiency. Not only that, you need massive amounts of them, and if you get them too close to the reactor, they melt. That movie where Matt Damon eats shit to survive on Mars when his homies accidentally leave him. Yes, and he didn't eat the stuff. He planted potatoes and used it as fertilizer. Because the problem with Martian soil is that you can't grow anything in it yet. But that's because it doesn't have, you know, nitrates and all kinds of other things that Earth soil does. I really need to make that take less time. That seems like it's going a little bit hard there. Might want to put it on like 20 or 30 minutes on the Moobot there. On the Moobot there. Oh no. Oh, no. We can't have that. Shut up, you. Shut up, you. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to go ahead and change that since it's just us in here, guys. Just give me 1 second. Let's put it on timers. We'll edit. And I think we're going to put it on, let's say 30 minutes. Yeah, let's do that. I don't want it spamming chat, and that's what it looks like it's doing. There we go. Sweet. We're done. Yeah, you can grow it on there. You just need to use fertilizer, like massive amounts of fertilizer, because the Martian soil lacks. Like, if you went out into your yard and planted some stuff, stop giving out nuclear secrets. Hey, you can find every nuclear secret of the United States of America on the internet. I shit you not.
Right away.
When I was in nuclear power school, we could not bring our books home to study because it was considered confidential material. The reason it was considered confidential material is because it was basically a test, because you can literally get it on the internet. And so what I would do to study, oh Lord, oh my. And so what I would do to study when I'd come home from when I'd go to my barracks room is I would get on my computer and literally just Google whatever I wanted to study. So if I wanted to study heat transfer fluid flow of an S5W plant, I could literally go on Google and find that information and study the equations and do all that stuff. You plant potatoes. When they put out potatoes, you cereal, connect them and measure the. Yes, you can. That is that's what is that, like a 5th grade science project kind of thing? It's really awesome. But anyway, so the reason you can't grow stuff in Martian soil and why he had to use poop is because he needed fertilizer. Human feces is not very good fertilizer, by the way. It's actually one of the worst things to fertilize with because humans' diet is not very good. Let's just put it like that. But if you got nothing else, you got nothing else, right? Not only that, it was dehydrated, so it was actually fairly good. And their diet was fairly good too, so it's, all things considered, better than nothing. But the soil did not contain any of the nitrates, the nutrients that, like, if you could go out and literally just plant whatever you want out in your yard and it'll grow for the most part. It might not grow super big, or it might not grow like super hardcore, but it will grow. But if you were to just take Martian soil and plant something in it, probably wouldn't grow, because or if it did grow, it would be sickly as all hell. Because it wouldn't have the proper nutrients that it needed to grow in it. Oh, you thought he just liked the taste? Well, I mean, Matt Damon eats crap. That works, I guess. That was a really good movie. It's very rare that you see a movie like that where they do low sci-fi correctly. Most science fiction shows, even Star Trek, it's really not science fiction. It's not hard science fiction. It's science fantasy. Even Star Trek is science fantasy. They try to coach it in technobabble to make it where it's supposed to be science fiction, but it's still magic. The replicators are still magic. We have no idea how that technology would even work. matter replication. I mean, 3D printing is one of the ways, but matter replication, turning energy and biomatter directly into composite and complex matter is well beyond even our understanding of the basic principles.
No fear.
It's essentially magic, just like warp drive is probably not really a thing. Maybe, but probably not.
Sure.
In fact, there are many people who believe that faster than light travel may not be possible, and that galactic spanning empires are probably not going to be a thing. Because, I mean, if you don't have FTL, you can't have a galaxy-wide empire. It's just not going to work. Everybody, imagine how hard it is to keep nations together here in the real world on planet Earth, and then imagine how hard it's going to be to keep nations together when, you know, you can literally hop on a spaceship and go colonize the Oort cloud, and you're 10 billion miles away from your nearest neighbor.
Take that.
And you can do your own little ideological bubble, you know, literally millions of people everywhere. It's gonna be great, dude. It's gonna be great. I want to farm the Oort cloud. I'll totally do that.
Taste my lead.
The Holtzman drive? I mean, it could work, but like I said, man, it depends on if it. I don't think it will. I don't think faster than light travel is going to be possible unless we really, unless there's something about the universe that we really don't understand. There may be a shortcut. That's what warp drive is supposed to be. But I'm not convinced. Let's just put it like that.
I can do that.
I mean, maybe there might be something interesting, because one of the things that is becoming more and more apparent is that electricity is a main driver of our universe, not gravity. And what that means is that if electricity can alter gravity, which I'm pretty sure it can, what that means is we might actually be able to achieve faster than light travel just by altering the mass of an object via electric field manipulation. Now, unfortunately, this would require massive amounts of electricity. Unfortunately, I say it would require massive amounts of electricity. Which, if fusion is a viable technology, we would be able to have. I don't know if it's going to be or not, but you know, if fusion doesn't work out, antimatter annihilation probably will. So there is that. Uh-oh, double the fun. No.
Rest in peace.
Okay, we gotta run. Run!
Sure.
Way away.
Bullseye.
Okay, run. And
Eat my bullets. Okie dokie. Attack!
I'm definitely not gonna let him get me this time.
Wonderful.
Definitely not gonna let him get me this
For
time.
the Empire. Let's go.
Yes, there is a theory for almost every single Holtzman drive. I believe is a negative energy warp drive, if I'm not mistaken. You should really check out a guy named Isaac Arthur. He talks with a Wascoey Wabbit accent, but man, he is on point with his futurism, and it's pretty cool. Absolutely pretty cool. Unfortunately, he still realistically believes in the paradigm of a gravity-centric universe, where gravity is the main mover of everything, which I don't buy anymore. I'm not convinced of that anymore.
Right away.
So a lot of the stuff he talks about does revolve around that.
Yes. Eat my bullets.
So there is that.
Great.
There is that, and but yes, there is a theory. The shit they made up in Dune. I think there is a theory, dude. I mean, you gotta remember, dude. The reason people made CDs and iPads and cell phones, the reason they were originally invented was because it was what? Fatties? Why are there fatties here? Oh, come on, dude. Really? Well, at least you know that it's random. You know what I'm saying? There weren't fatties here last time. All right, let's shoot them. Okay, run away. Come on, go. And we run away. Get stuck in, girl. Come on. Ah, crap. I can't click them.
Roger that. Attack!
So I think I figured out the next game I'm gonna play after after KOTOR, my friends, and I believe it's going to be Ion Fury. It is a Duke Nukem. It's made by the same. It's made by 3D Realms. I believe it's made by 3D Realms. Those are the guys who made the original Duke Nukem. Oh god! Oh god! Oh god!
Bullseye.
Get it! Get it! Stand by. Hang on. Emergency. Alright, sorry. The waifu damn near cut her finger off. Needed to help her bandage it. Alright, so we are back. Maybe if my desk will quit falling apart. Oh no! It's funny you mentioned the Electric Universe. I've seen some stuff about that in my YouTube recommend, but when I tried to look into it, more people were just saying it's all bullshit and conspiracy. Some of it is, but the thing you got to remember about that kind of thing is that when you approach it from because the thing about it is the actual Thunderbolts project, the actual Electric Universe guys, approach it from a very scientific standpoint. So they don't try to convince you that it's true because they're all wrong. They try to convince you it's true based on evidence, which is what I like. Now, they haven't convinced me that the Electric Universe model is the true model because it still has holes. It's still not very. It's predictive, but it's not predictive as it could be. That's one of the ways that you know a scientific theory works is it's predictive, because you can go, okay, is my theory about the world correct? Well, if I can predict the future, then I can then I know my theory is correct. Like, we know the Earth revolves around the sun, and we know this because we can predict how our solar system functions for the most part.
Double the fun.
So when a lot, like, it's like one of the things that really got me into it was the electric comet model. And the reason that is because the dirty snowball thing has basically been disproven at this point, and yet mainstream scientists still push it as if it were like the Bible. You know what I'm saying? We have taken pictures of a dozen comets, asteroids, all this other stuff, and they're not dirty snowballs. They are made of rock.
Killing time.
They are made of rock, and that is it. There's no snow. The water that's on there is water that comes off of it. No, they're not dirty snowballs. Go look at all the pictures and tell me where the snow is. Tell me where the snow is, my friend. And yeah. So it's stuff like that. And not only that, I was already disenfranchised with modern scientific theory because of black holes. Black holes, I do not believe black holes are real. And the reason I do not believe black holes are real is because we lack the predictive mechanism to actually, work on that. Oh God, no. And another reason is because when I was like, say, about 22 or 3, I was reading Scientific American, right? And I was like, oh, the first picture of a black hole. And I'm like, okay, this should be interesting. And it was literally a blob of light. And basically what they thought they saw was a binary system where a star had a black hole around it. And so they took a picture of what they called the, quote, accretion disk. And it was literally a blob. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm a scientifically minded, nuclear engineering type.
Rest in peace.
And this makes no freaking sense to me. And it's because to do that, you have to assume so many things. I started to, and that really disenfranchised me with modern scientific journalism. So basically what happens is that science is a very tumultuous thing. There's theories all over the place and stuff like that, but scientific journalism has basically gotten to the point where it's just like regular journalism. It no longer reports fact, it reports sensationalism. So that you can get those juicy clicks, and you can get the juicy readers and subscriptions and all that other nonsense. So you really can't trust it anymore. And it really sucks. And that's what really started me down the path. Not only that, black holes are mathematically not sound, right? I believe they've been disproven several times by different mathematicians because they basically come out of Einstein's equations for relativity, and it's a singularity, i.e. it's trying to divide by zero. Not only that, if black holes are real, that means white holes are real. White holes are the exact opposite of black holes. They don't suck in matter, they spew out matter. On the recent black hole images that they took a picture of something, and it's a composite
Nice.
picture of something that exists. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a black hole, but the problem is that when you base your entire model of the universe on
Nice.
gravity alone, the only thing that can produce something of such magnitude is a black hole, right? Because if gravity is the main mover in the universe, then you can't get these giant electrical forces, these
Great.
giant